It was our kid. All right, hey, good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming out on this nice, warm summer day we have here in Ohio. What is this about? Thanks for coming, everyone. We'll start off by, I'll read the mission statement. New Philadelphia City Schools will provide all students the opportunity to achieve their highest potential to become educated, self-sufficient, and responsible citizens. We are committed to providing every student a diverse, quality education within a safe and secure environment through a dedicated, innovative, and highly qualified staff in partnership with parents and the community at large. If you'll stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us, please.
And Gary Gildersleeve was a huge part of that. And this seemed like the right place after the spring season to present this award. So thanks for letting us do that. I think it's very fitting after these guys get done with their season that we can do that here. So we appreciate that. So this award is to honor the legacy of Dave Milburn. And I have to tell the guys each year who that was and what that name means and the significance of that in New Philly track history, as I've learned over the years, the significance. He was New Philly's coach until his death at the age of 36. He passed away of cancer, and Monty Milburn was his son, and he was an athlete and a student here in New Philly. He advanced the sport of track and field a lot. I've learned throughout history. He was the youngest OHSA Eastern District Track and Field president. He served there for 2 years before he passed away and lost his battle to cancer. So the award and the scholarship has been given in his memory and has been presented. This is the 50th year. So this makes it very unique because this is the 50th year anniversary of this scholarship and award. And that's pretty awesome to keep something going that long, if you ask me. So the Dave Milburn Award is given to a graduating MPHS student athlete that represents the qualities found most important: leadership by example, dedication to the sport, and commitment to the MPHS track. Not only is it unique this year, that's the 50th anniversary, but it's also the first time ever that's been given to 3 young men from the track team. And this year, those award recipients are Elliot Brady, Preston Rieger, and Patrick Morris. And I can't say enough about those 3. How it kind of goes is those guys, they come to the Legends meet, they ask me about these guys, and I lay it out there, and then they're the ones that kind of choose who they think best represents Dave Milburn. And this year, it goes to those 3 young men. So if you would come up here, Patrick is actually at boot camp. So he's not able to make it tonight, but Preston and Elliot, they will receive this awesome plaque, the Dave Milburn Award, and also a $2,000 scholarship from the Dave Milburn Award Foundation. So I'll give that to you guys. So Monty wanted me to say a few things to these guys, and you, since he couldn't be here tonight. He said, "Congrats and welcome, men, to a very extraordinary fraternity of NPHS student athletes that have gone before you 50 years previous, obviously. So pretty awesome to be in that club." He said, "It's his hope to have best wishes in the next chapter of your life to carry on what you've done during your remarkable careers here at NPHS." So I want to share that with you. So congratulations, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone. Best of luck into the future on the next steps for you all. Go represent Quaker Nation well, as I'm sure that you will. You are welcome to stay for the rest of our meeting if you would like. If you don't, this would be a great time for you to go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach Rogers. Thanks. Perfect job.
Congratulations. Rachel.
Okay, I don't see anyone signed up for public participation this evening. So we will move on to the treasurer's report.
I have in your folder the May financial statements, the key indicator, the cash flow, the check register, the bank reconciliation. I'm asking you in action item F to approve IGS Energy. This is our quote, and we're doing a 19-month period. This is our electric quote that will lock in our electric at 0.0599 per kilowatt hour. The next is approving the stadium roof replacement with Walnut Creek Metals in the amount of $86,056. Approval of the East Central Ohio ESC contract for fiscal year 25 in the amount of $141,951.90. Approval of Carpenter Heating and Cooling contract for the stadium locker room water heater in the amount of $43.34. Action item J is being removed from the agenda. Moving on to K, I'm asking you to approve the updated admin salary schedule index, changing the food service and transportation director index. I'm asking you to approve the MOU with Allerton Hill for fiscal year 25. And then I have fiscal year 24 amended certificate of estimated resources and amended appropriations. Keeping in mind at the next meeting, we will probably have more adjustments because as I'm closing things. And then I'm asking you in action item O to approve the transfer from the general fund to the stadium PI fund. This has been a set aside that's historically been done every year for the district. In action item P, this is our first fiscal 25 certificate of estimated resources. We will have more. Action item Q is the temporary appropriations for fiscal year 25. Without this appropriations, I don't have the authority to spend money. And then in action item R, I'm asking you to approve student activities budgets for fiscal year 25 as listed on the attachment. And this would be all of the activity budgets that are ran within the district.
Do I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report? Second. Valentine 1, Mr. Ricklick 2. Any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Motion carries. The next item I have, the next two items, require a single vote by the board if you wonder why they're set aside. The first one is a resolution determining that the school district is a special needs district and authorizing the preparation and filing of materials in connection with applications for designation of the school district as a special need district pursuant to Section 133.06E of the revised code and consents based on that section as well.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution? Move. Second? Second. Any questions for clarification or anything?
Would you like me to clarify?
Sure.
So what this is they're in the revised code. If we go out to bond, we have to be considered special needs to exceed nine mills of our total millage. So that's what that resolution is. It's authorizing that special needs.
Thank you. Call the roll.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Motion carries. The next item is I'm approving a resolution declaring the necessity of submitting to the electors of the school district the single question of the issuance of school improvement bonds in the aggregate principal amount of $72 million and a levy of an additional 1 mil tax to provide funds for the acquisition, construction, enlargement, renovation, and financing of general permanent improvement pursuant to Revised Code Section 5705.218.
Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
I'll move.
Yes.
And a second?
Second.
Anybody have any comments, questions? Great. Call the roll.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Mrs. Wentworth?
All right. Long personnel agenda here. As you might recall, we had some significant retirements from the district this year, and so now we are working to fill those positions. We do have some additional resignations listed first, and then we are hiring classified staff, reissuing contracts with the appropriate language. That's the rescission and limited contract reissuance. And then a whole handful, I believe 6 on this agenda of teachers that are going to be new to the district that are filling some of our open positions. So really excited about this group of teachers coming in. Some are little experience and some have significant experience. We also want to issue a 1-year limited contract to our BCBA. That was just an oversight on last month's agenda. I'll also have a list of supplementals to hire for next year. Some summer school help, both classified and certified, as well as some tutors and several volunteers who will be working in the district.
Do I have a motion to approve the personnel?
So moved.
A second? A second? Any questions? Do you have anything further?
No, very excited. We're down to just a couple teaching positions left to fill, and then we have several classified positions, which we will continue to work on. But it has been a busy spring of hiring and interviewing. You might notice we are also hiring a new bus mechanic. So it is good to get that position filled. And although his contract won't start until July, he's going to do some hourly work prior to then. So that's a good thing.
Great. Call the roll?
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Are there any committee or representative reports this evening? No? Yes. Okay.
Mr. Williams, the assistant superintendent, is actually spending today and tomorrow at 2 different conferences in Columbus representing the district. So it extends some work both in the areas of literacy and then also with a project with the University of Cincinnati and South Elementary School, and they are making some presentations down there. So he has been excused, so I will give his report. Been asked for the approval of the QDA and QPA financial reports as linked, and then also the second reading and adoption of our ELA curriculum. And I can have an motion. I will speak to at least the third point, just briefly. Move.
Is there a second?
Second.
At last month's meeting, Mr. Williams shared the work that has been done in order to get approved science of reading curriculum into our district. Since then, he has put it out for public comment and for public view. We did have some people come to see it. There are a couple grade levels over there if anyone wants to review that. But the feedback that we've received has been very positive. So asking for a final approval of that. And we are getting reimbursed slightly, a little bit from the state for part of that purchase. So that is helpful as well.
Any questions about curriculum or the QDA, QPA financials? Call the roll?
Mrs. Schrock?
Yes.
Mr. Galantine?
Yes.
Mr. McMath?
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick?
Yes.
Ms. Fontana?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Superintendent's report.
Just 2 items here tonight. The second reading and adoption of updated board policies. And this is our public participation policy as discussed previously and shared out. We had the first reading last month. And then I'm also asking that the non-routine field trip for next year's 8th grade students to go to Washington, D.C. be approved. And that information is linked. The dates will be May 14th through 16th, 2025. Which is hard to believe we're planning for that, but we are.
I'll be here before we know it.
Do I have a motion to approve the superintendent's report?
So moved.
A second? Any questions or anything? the roll.
Mr. Ricklick,
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock,
Yes.
Mr. McMath,
Yes.
Mr. Galantine,
Yes.
Ms. Fontana. Yes. Motion carries.
Do you have a motion to adjourn this evening's meeting?
So moved.
Uh-huh.
Second?
Mr. Gall-
Think about, well, I don't forget.
I woke him up to get that.
Wait for Dan.
I'll second.
Call the roll.
Mr. Galantine,
Yes.
Mr. Ricklick,
Yes.
Mr. McMath,
Yes.
Mrs. Schrock,
Yes.
Ms. Fontana.
Yes.
We are adjourned.
Thank you, everybody.